What did it do to your music? Looking backwards, let's say Atari Teenage Riot. How do you look back on the music and the message that you had, and if you compare it to what you're doing now?
Yeah.
With the knowledge you have now, and with the way things have changed, how does it shine through in your music? Can you say?
Yeah, of course. Like I think, I always see it like this. Atari Teenage Riot. When we started the band in '92, which was like a long time ago, we were so angry.
How come? Why?
Because we saw that, for example, Berlin, the way it was planned from the politicians, now we see they were kind of wrong. The way they cleaned up the city for investors to come in, the investors never came, not like that, like the politicians wanted to. So a lot of money was wasted. A lot of young people now have no places to go, so these are long-term consequences. Okay, we were not right with all the things, but many of the stuff, and then of course when you're like 18, you are very angry. If you see your clubs are getting closed down, there's even not a football field anymore, and there's like, you see this kind of like, it's getting so out of balance, politicians start to talk about elite schools again, and then you see most of kids, or younger people, can't even get a job, they don't even have a vision for the future, But then when you're in the middle of it, you think, why are these politicians making these decisions?
So the music,
and then of course it translates into the music right away. We were in the techno scene, and we were like, okay, we can't accept these things anymore. We have to say what we think. I think it's so wrong, the racism, all the stuff that was going on in Germany. And and it reflected right in the music. And I think this, looking back now, I remember when we started Atari, a lot of people said, yeah, but is this not like other bands, like Nine Inch Nails or Ministry or stuff like this? And I think when people look back now, they understand, no, it's like completely different, because the aggressiveness and the way it's performed, the music is performed, is kind of almost like authentic, because you feel these people were really believing in that, and they were coming out of the situation. So, because back then in the 90s, a lot of people tried to merge punk and electronics, and it always sounded like a crossover thing. It always sounded like constructed. Okay, we have the drum machines, and let's kind of mix these two things together. And I think Atari Teenage Riot achieved that it sounded completely natural.